What do you want to know about him? He was born in 1880. He was a cowboy. He was a farmer.
I don't know why.
He was married twice. He had 28 children.
I'm not sure how much information that I can give you that you don't have already, but all I know is my grandfather was a rebel. He had 22 kids by one person and 9 kids by another person. Altogether, he had 31 children. And the only story I really know about him is that once upon a time, he was exiled from Gonzales, Texas, because he was a rebel.
What I know about him is me and my wife used to always be courting around him, and he'd always call me, "Hey boy, come here, boy, come here, come here." He always wore old hat all crooked all the time.
He used to say his prayers. He would say his prayers 3 times a day. 9 o'clock in the morning, noon, and 9 o'clock at night. And you did not mess with my grandpa when he said his prayers. If you did, you were in for it big time.
He was a great man, and he believed in the Lord and everything, but he wasn't like a church person or anything like that. But he studied his Bible every night and did his thing like that.
Always had a pistol under his pillow. Nobody knew about it, but he always did.
He stayed strapped, as the young people call it today. He stayed strapped.
He would never take a picture because of the incident in Gonzales. Back in those days, they put your picture up in the post office. Nobody in his family would ever take a picture after that incident. They were superstitious about it.
But I can remember that he did have a hell of a recipe for potatoes. He could make potatoes and summer sauces that would blow your mind.
He was banned from Gonzales County because back in the early 1900s, black people were still being lynched in Gonzales County. His brother was locked up in jail on some false charges, and he and his brothers and other family members busted his brother out of Gonzales County jail. So they were barred from Gonzales afterwards because they couldn't identify anyone at the time of the shooting because they had black masks, just the opposite of the Klans, over their face.
Okay, well, here I am in the historic Gonzales County Jail. My story is this. My grandfather broke his brother out of this jail. And the story goes that the brother, Joe Broadnax, was imprisoned here. He was a blind man. And we don't know why he was here, but he was supposedly put out in the courtyard so people could make fun of him, abuse him, whatever, in a pillory with his head through the stock. So my grandfather's brothers found out about that and rode into town on horses with black clothes to break Joe out of jail. In the process, depending on the version of the story you hear, 1 or 2 deputies and a sheriff were killed in the shootout. So Grandpa and his brother were conversely wanted men from that time on, so they wouldn't take any pictures, no photographs. Yeah, we don't know why he was here. Probably just meanness. I can't imagine him being blind and actually breaking a law that would require him being in prison here. So, I don't know, it's kind of eerie standing here and thinking about it and talking about it. But,
I met this man in San Antonio about 35 years ago, and the man said that Grandpa hit him with the pistol. He didn't shoot him. He said if it'd been anyone else, he would have. But he knew this man and this man's family, so that's why he would not shoot the man. It was an old honor thing because he knew this man had a family and a family to take care of, and you didn't do that to families back in those days.
I know we drove from Ohio to Texas in the early 60s to attend a funeral. And my only recollection of him personally is standing in the screen door of his house My mom and dad, everybody was leaving. I was crying because I want to go. And he gave me a popsicle. So I shut up. I guess it worked for then. I haven't shut up since then, but that's my recollection of him. I remember that, but at the time I didn't know who it was, and my mom and dad told me it was my grandpa that gave me that popsicle. And I remember the dirt kicking up on the road and everything. They said, yeah, so they don't know how I remember it, but I did, because I was only